All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving our thoughts. We got an awesome interview from the Gimpster regarding the Walking Dead Rick and Michonne spin-off series, The Ones Who Live. Alright, dudes, so here we have the article, the page for Entertainment Weekly. Got some new news for The Walking Dead. Decided we go ahead and take a look at it. And we have 12 days till the premiere of the Rick Return series, the Rick and Michonne spin-off series, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Got some cool red light going in this kind of key art promo. We've seen the art with kind of the fire, Rick and Michonne there, and everything, and the trailers. And there was a Super Bowl spot just recently, which was pretty much the same as kind of the trailers we had already gone ahead and seen, so I didn't really make a video because it wasn't really much different. There wasn't enough there for us to get into it. But on set for the Rick and Michonne reunion in The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrero have returned with a different type of Walking Dead story. It's a romance. Okay, just brace yourselves. Okay, it's a romance. It's a bright May morning in Springfield. NJ? Is that New Jersey? I don't know. American style. On the set for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and the dispositions of those present are equally sunny. Andrew Lincoln says that he's been doing a lot of crying. We got, Denai Guerrero in there. So where's the part here we want to take a look at with the Gimpster? Okay, so you got this new picture here of Andrew Lincoln, and he's sort of got the one of the, is it the ammunition for the Colt? Is that what that is? I think a bullet anyway. Kind of in his forehead. It's kind of cool. Maybe reflecting, thinking about his predicament. So it does have a little bit of write-up here as well. But the original plan for the Walking Dead, did a bunch of videos on this, that the movie series is canceled. They're not going to be doing a Walking Dead movie series. They opted to do The Ones Who Live instead as like a streaming series, AMC series. You can watch it on AMC Plus. You guys know the drill. AMC, regular thing. So that kind of was, canceled, I guess, with the movie idea due to, the vid and stuff like that was going on at that during the time when I think they probably had intended to do the movies. That got in the way. So instead we get a streaming series. It's not bad anyway. Probably we'll get a couple seasons of this at least. The Ones Who Return. In Scott Kimball's mind, The Walking Dead was never going to end. Quote, "We were planning on making the show forever," says the man who came on as a writer during season 2 and served as the showrunner for 4 seasons through to season 8 before ascending to the position of Walking Dead Chief Content Officer. And then it says here, "We were planning on doing that, but then Andrew Lincoln left in season 9 and Denai Guerrero bolted a year later. AMC told Gimple to wrap up the original series with a larger season 11. Because the network had a new plan in mind to revitalize the franchise. There weren't that many people watching after that. The ratings were really low. There was enough subscriptions, I think, for AMC Plus, but you weren't getting that many viewers. So I guess they felt like, if we kind of end this off and then we launch the new series, gives people a jumping on point and, will help. And I think it somewhat has anyway. At least it made for an exciting ending and stuff like that they did for the original series. So not bad. There was Tales of the Walking Dead as well. But then there was another story still out there, the story of Rick Grimes. And then it says, quote, "Knowing Andrew or Andy and knowing that he wasn't going to be on the show forever, I started laying out some of the aspirational foundation, maybe as far back as season 6. Gimple says that the origins for the most anticipated Walking Dead spinoff yet. The story architect started planning for the inevitable and laying out a master idea that would leave the door open for a possible return while also setting up years in advance what that eventual story might look like. Quote, "I started working on a big mythology. People were like, helicopters? What are you talking about, helicopters?" For a helicopter boy. So when Lincoln did finally exit the series, quote, I had those tracks laid, says Gimple. I had the very general idea. The character is taken away from home and the people he loves. He is going to want to get home. What are the obstacles to that? And what changes him? But why would Lincoln want to return home to a character he already spent close to a decade playing? If I'd walked off into the sunset, it would have been easier not to come back, says the actor. But because I went away on a bit of a cliffhanger for the last 5 years, people have been saying, where have you gone? When are you coming back? So it sort of felt impolite not to finish a story that was left dangling. There was one other much simpler reason as well. I miss the sheriff man. Lincoln laughs. He's a great guy, and he's a complicated cat. And then we have this awesome-looking zombie here that I don't even know what to say this even looks like. A Tar-esque type zombie. It's pretty sweet. Lincoln and Gimple were busy batting ideas around for what then was going to be a series of movies, but it was only when the format changed to a 6-episode series and Guerrera became available that everything came into focus. Initially, it was Scott and Andy developing one type of story, explains Guerrera, and then when it became a miniseries, it became the three of us. Or, as the music-loving Gimple puts it, that's when we became a band. Okay. The power trio turned executive producers then did the least rock and roll thing imaginable, meeting in corporate conference rooms all across the country, breaking both story and bread in equal measure. It was basically the three of us in a room as often as possible, says Guerrera, crafting out these 6 episodes and deciphering what this was going to be. The familiarity between them led to many, shall we say, frank discussions. It was this very intimate process, and we could be really, really blunt with each other about everything, says Guerrera, be it script or casting idea, or all the different aspects of costumes and props, and what happened when disagreements arose. Usually Gimple just acquiesced, laughs Guerrera, which was new for him, yeah, right. And but he's really good at it now, yeah, okay, all right. Anyway, so yeah, I felt like I had my turn when I got to decide everything for 5 years. Gimple acknowledges, I know how much these characters mean to Andrew and Denai, so I wanted to err on the side with them. So yeah, they've got to want to do it. They've got to want to kind of come back and do it. So Love Actually. Anyway, so it does look good. We have to see if it's 6 episodes for the first season. If that confirms it, okay. That's cool. I like this picture as well too, with the red again. It kind of reminds me of like when Negan first arrives in The Walking Dead. Something like that. Like season 6 second half, season 7 premiere, that kind of thing. What we try to do in this series is put Rick in a place physically and in a mindset that he's never been before, and the audience hasn't seen before, says Lincoln. He's failed. He's been dismantled by a system and has sort of lost hope. Perhaps he's not the same guy and can't be the same guy. Okay, so Walking Dead World Beyond spinoff. Yeah, let's see. It's a lot of things that we're sort of facing now as a society, says Lincoln. Are we building? Are we empire building again? And are we able to have the big, great institutions that were set up after the Second World War? And are they still functioning in the way that we want them to? There was a lot that was percolating that probably informed a lot of the ideas. And then we have Leslie Ann Brandt here, who's going to be joining as well. I don't know what her role is going to be yet, but there was an article saying that Andrew Lincoln asked her to join, so there's that. We'll see what that amounts to. And I'll put the link in the description for you guys if you want to go through the rest. It just gives you some kind of idea of what we're looking at. So we've got the 6 episodes coming up. It should be a lot of fun. This guy is a midget, right? So there's that. They threw that, reminds me of like Dinklage and, Game of Thrones. So anyway, okay, so it's really good. Check out the article if you want to go through it, you can. And really just excited to see what, the series has to offer for us, what the first 6 episodes are going to be like, and excited to see people's, reaction to it. Excited to see how, excited people are for it, how many people tune in, whether or not they like it, and whether or not it's the, maybe the big spin-off series for The Walking Dead that we were looking for. Like which one out of the 3 would be the, the sequel, maybe flagship series for AMC now? Would it be Daryl Dixon? Would it be Dead City? Or would it be The Ones Who Live? And we'll see fairly soon. So there was some other news here. Scott Gimple says PPP card answer is still coming. So maybe we will see Heath return, possibly, maybe as a zombie or, something of the sort like that. And Lenny James on what a Rick Grimes Morgan reunion could look like, how they could do something like that would be cool. And I think that's mostly it for the new stuff since we've done our last update video. So there was some talk of the crossover idea again, which is something that Gimple said that he does. It sounds like he does still want to do it, but it depends on how things kind of work out and how they'd be able to coordinate. But the idea of having like all the spin-off series kind of reunite is something that, at some point maybe we could see. But we have to kind of see how that would, be coordinated, or how that could fit together, or which characters would be in it, which wouldn't. So who knows, right? Who knows if we'd see that come about and if they could actually do that at some point. Probably also depends on how many viewers are still watching Walking Dead at that point, how many people are still interested in it, and whether or not they'll do a crossover. So that's kind of this one for the updates, interviews. Getting excited to see The Ones Who Live. Thumb the video up below before you leave if you don't mind. Leave a comment below. I want to hear what you guys think. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel at the bottom. This is it for this one. See you guys again soon. For others, always, is Trev saying peace later, guys. See you soon.